Hey girl, this isn't about tips or teaching. This is my story. And it's the one that I used to hide, but it's also the one that shaped me into the woman that I am today. Now, this episode is called From Attacked to Aligned because that's exactly what happened. And if you ever felt like your sensitivity was a target, if you ever wonder why life seems to hit you harder than the others, then this story will remind you that you're not crazy, but you are called. So I want to welcome you back to the channel and welcome to the start of the Confident Mystic series. I'm Zokai. If we have not met before, and today I'm going to take you someplace sacred. Okay, so let's go back, like before the baths and the rituals and the priestess stuff and the confident woman energy. Y'all, I was lost. I'm talking about completely just lost. I felt like I didn't know what was going on. I thought most days I thought I was in a twilight zone. Like I couldn't get it together. I couldn't figure out what was happening. And I wasn't just confused about my path. Like I was under spiritual attack. That type of lost, right? Emotionally depleted, constantly second guessing myself, attracting situations that really made me feel powerless. And then at the time, I didn't have a language for it because I was coming out of the church. And what I knew very clearly was a lot of the things that they taught me was not working. And a lot of the things that was supposed to protect me and keep me, that wasn't happening. Whatever was going on was penetrating through all that. Like none of that was working. And so Um, I thought like, oh, I'm just too emotional. I had just gone through a divorce, all of this. So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe I'm being punished, just all the crazy shit that you start thinking about. But the truth was, I had open wounds, right? And unhealed emotional ruptures that made me a target for chaos. That made me a magnet for just attacks, right? It was like an opening, a doorway. And when you already have a light, entities are attracted to you, right? Spirits, whatever you want to call them, they're attracted to you. So when you have a light and you have a door open, and mine was wide open, it wasn't like a little crack. It was like, boom, here she is, have her for dinner type vibe. Um, but one of the biggest lies that I believed back then was that being strong meant not feeling. So I started to perform being strong, but I was crumbling on the inside, thus making myself even more open to being attacked. But you know what's wild? That most of the trauma that I carried wasn't even visible. Most people during that time, if you were to just look at me, you would have never known because it wasn't like bruises or breakdowns. It was micro betrayals. Okay. That friend who secretly resented my light, the partner who, gaslit me until I questioned my own intuition, the religious community that taught me my softness was a weakness, those childhood moments where no one thought were that deep, but it really scarred my whole nervous system for years, for decades. And these were emotional soul wounds. And because I didn't have the tools, I spiritualized my trauma instead of healing it. So I thought that I had to pray it away, fast it away, affirm it away. But what you don't alchemize will just keep getting louder and louder until it's deafening. So one night it was late and my body just started shaking for no reason. I felt paralyzed. I know some of y'all have had that experience before. And it was really, really dark, literally and figuratively. Like my dreams have been dark for a very long time. I'm talking about like Steven Spielberg type craziness, right? And I heard it really clearly. This isn't just emotional. You're under attack. And not just by people, but by energy. So spirits feed on your wounds, okay? And, not the Hollywood demons, not like that, but thought forms, pain entities, unhealed agreements. I had to face all of it. And my unhealed trauma was leaving my spirit wide open for everything. But there's nothing more dangerous than a woman who won't claim her own power, because the world will do it for her. But you know what did save me? It wasn't just crystals, it wasn't just candles, but it was my mirror. Because that's when I started doing mirror work in full glam. And it was something about seeing my reflection be different. And it told my mind, you are a different person and you can take control of this situation. You hear your intuition. You know what that is. You know what at the time, I was calling it the Holy Spirit. You know what that voice is, and you need to listen to it. And so when I started doing my beauty rituals, it set the stage for me to be able to get clear so I could hear my inner guidance and go get some outside help, right? So I had got a reading by somebody who I will forever be grateful to, forever, forever. And at this time, I'm thinking I'm crazy. And so I'm like, I know if I say this out loud to somebody else, they gonna think, yeah, she shot out, right? But what happened was he knew exactly what I was talking about. He understood, he got it, and he broke it down, even the parts that I didn't understand. And I was literally under a spiritual attack. Somebody was literally sending attacks my way, right? And so we started doing the work, and it helped me realize that I'm not crazy, but I was becoming. And they knew that divorce had shifted something in me, and I was about to wake all the way up. Like I was about to come fully online for real in a different way. Church had set the stage for me, laid the foundation, but what I was about to do was going to be groundbreaking, right? Shatter some shit. And so they were trying to keep me from getting to that level. But had the readings, we did all that, and I gained some more clarity. We did some work, and I started my new spiritual journey full. Because before, after the divorce, and I was in my basement moment, I started, doing more ancestral work and visualizations, just what I call beginning baby spiritual stuff, right? Just stuff that I was kind of like, okay, let me do something different, because, what I had been taught wasn't really working for me. But this took it to another level. And then that started my journeys of getting initiated into different ATRs and just really going deeper with the work, and just really understanding that you got to be aligned. So once I got my image together and I went to the next level in my spiritual walk, then my energy followed. I cut cords, started shifting some stuff, invested in healing that wasn't built for me. I mean, that was built for me, but not just the church girl version of me, right? This was something else. I started aligning with my spirit team, um, with my ancestors, with my Ori. And then slowly those attacks stopped. Now, not completely, because the world ain't gonna change, right? It is what it is. But when you are aligned and you're given the tools, you can, make it better. You can kind of stop some of it, slow some of it down. It won't have the same effects on you that it used to have, all of that. And I stopped being available for what didn't honor me. A lot of times we're like, oh, this person is doing that. This is happening. Da, da, da. But a lot of the times we doing it to our own selves. It's not even something outside of us. It's literally just us being all over the place, not getting into alignment, not doing the basic things, not taking care of our spiritual hygiene. And we are causing things to happen before the outside world can even get a chance. So stop being available to that stuff. to the things that don't honor you, to the people that don't honor you, to the choices and decisions that don't honor you. And then you step into alignment. And my entire life, my business, my body, bank account, everything shifted to meet me there. So if you take nothing else from this video, please hear this. Your wounds do not disqualify you. Your beauty is definitely not vain. It's really a form of spiritual structure if you know how to work it properly. Your softness is sacred. It's not a weakness. And you are not meant to shrink just to survive. You are here to thrive in a whole new way, in whatever way you choose to design, because you are the creatrix of your own universe, right? You're not crazy. You're not weak, but you're being initiated into the next level of your power. And you don't have to do it alone. I would love to invite you to join me and become a part of my family inside of my curated community. Complimentary is no charge. And inside the community, we do a lot of foundational spiritual tools, workshops, classes, a little bit of structure, especially if you're just getting started on your journey. If you're in that place where, you're just trying to get aligned, you're trying to figure some things out, this is an awesome community to do that in. Let me leave this reminder with you that beauty is not about being chosen, but it's about choosing yourself. And when you learn how to use beauty as a spiritual technology to clear out the chaos and the fog so that you can really be sure about what's going on and get yourself into alignment and go deeper in your spiritual walk, that's when you start to become a badass. That's when you get your confidence back and you can really start to do some different things, okay? Because you was never meant to blend in. Never. So until next time, I want you to stay sacred, stay seen, and stay bad. I'll see you in episode 2.